So the long-awaited Resident Evil showcase went live last night, and there were actually quite interesting things about Resident Evil 4, and also Resident Evil Verse and Resident Evil 8 Gold Edition. But today, I'm gonna be talking about everything about Merchant, the weapons confirmed, the upgrade, selling and trade mechanic, and the Merchant himself. So let's get going. So firstly, let's take a look at this screenshot right here. Well, we can see Merchant in his stylish pose behind a table. And also, on the table we can see a Punisher, which is basically a 5.7, the second handgun achievable in the game. Although it is not direct from Resident Evil 4, as we can see the handle is a bit different, basically in the coloring. And also in the front we can see the machine pistol TMP, which is basically a must-have in every Resident Evil 4 run. So it's really nice to see it return in Resident Evil 4 Remake. Besides, in the background we can see two more weapons, the white semi-automatic sniper from the original alongside the rocket launcher, which is really good to see them return. So the Merchant's menu has seen an overhaul change, which is for the good, and the menu itself looks really nice. We've got the buy, sell, tune up, and trading option, which we already know the first three, and the trade mechanic is an addition to the previous game. Now you can trade your valuable items with some certain items that Merchant will trade. So in the footage that the producer of Resident Evil 4 Remake officially showed, we can see a bolt thrower, shotgun, and a bolt-action rifle, which is really nice. And the bolt-action rifle seems like upgradable. You can add scope, probably extended magazine, and many more. And probably the same goes to the shotgun and the other weapons. The main handgun of Leon has actually changed a little bit. Now, it is not the Silver Ghost. However, Silver Ghost in the original game was an adaptation of a couple of handguns, mainly USP, but now it seems a lot different. However, it looks kind of similar to the Silver Ghost from the original, and this is probably because of the realistic path that they took. Also, there are some concerns about the Merchant. Some would say that his looks is okay, and I'll say that too, but personally, I don't like his voice.
Over here, stranger.
However, it is good. I'm actually comparing it to the OG Merchant. Well, if you didn't know, Paul Mercier did the voice of Leon and Merchant both. So if they were gonna bring Paul Mercier back, they had to, it would have been a little bit weird for Leon. They would be like, why aren't you, voicing Leon too? So that is probably why they changed his voice entirely. I mean, I haven't heard all his codes yet, but from what I've heard, I can say it confidently that he is not as powerful and mysterious as the previous Merchants. However, this is just speculations and we've gotta wait to see how it turns out. So now, let's take a look back at Merchant's stock. We can see a bolt thrower, which I believe is the mine thrower from the original. As you can read, it can be equipped with an attachable mine that functions as proximity explosive when shot. And also you can see the blocks right there and, you can see how much space it actually takes in your attaché case. Going a bit down, we can see a Winchester 870, which reads a 12-gauge pump-action shotgun. Nothing really special. And also the SRM-1903, which is a bolt-action rifle. And the perks are 3x power for critical hits, penetration power, and various scopes can be mounted. Probably the normal scope and the last scope that you have to use to, kill the regenerators. Going a bit further, we can see a scope, first aid spray, and a recipe for bolts. And it is really interesting because the scope is the same price as the original. And the tune-up, you can actually upgrade and repair your knife, which is really interesting because this was not in Resident Evil 2 Remake. You can upgrade its power and durability, and also repair if necessary. And now let's talk about the original handgun, which is SG-09R, a custom handgun made for Leon, while keeping the basic design of the MUP. Its parts were carefully chosen and machined to improve performance. So it's really nice. It somehow looks like Silver Ghost, but it is definitely not. And also, just like Resident Evil 7 and 8, you can craft ammo and herbs. So far we can see handgun ammo's recipe, shotgun ammo, and the various herb combinations that you can have. And one thing that I'm hoping for is Merchant to have, various shops. Obviously you see him in different locations, but I hope the shop changes based on the location as well. Well, here we can actually see one of his locations, and in the other screenshot there is another one. And I really hope that the shop changes every time. Basically like The Last of Us's workbench, which changed every time that you saw one. So that'll do it for this video, just a short video of going over Merchant, the abilities, the weapons, and everything about the shop. So if you're a Resident Evil fan and enjoy Resident Evil content, you're in the right place. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm a Raccoon Sea survivor, and as always, thanks for watching.